Imagine waking up one day and being told that you are no longer allowed to speak your own mother tongue. Welcome back to Paul Academy. Today we are diving into one of the most powerful stories in literature, The Last Lesson by Alphonse Daudet. Set against the grim backdrop of the Franco-Prussian War in 1870, this is a story about identity, the pain of conquest, and the tragic human habit of taking time for granted. Our story begins with a young French boy named Franz. On this particular morning, Franz is terrified. He is late for school, and he hasn't memorized his grammar lesson on participles. He thinks about skipping class entirely and running off into the bright, sunny woods. As he hurries through the town, he passes the town hall. A crowd is gathered in front of the bulletin board.
Is it true? Are they taking everyone?
This is an outrage. We won't stand for it.
It is the end of our time.
For the last 2 years, every piece of bad news, lost battles, military drafts, has come from that exact board. Franz doesn't stop, but Wachter, the local blacksmith, calls out to him, saying he has plenty of time to get to school.
Look lively, lad.
Franz thinks it's a cruel joke. Usually, the beginning of the school day is absolute chaos. You can hear the opening and closing of desks, lessons repeated loudly in unison, and the teacher's heavy iron ruler rapping on the table. But today, it is all so still. It is as quiet as a Sunday morning. Franz nervously opens the door, expecting a furious scolding. Instead, his strict teacher, Monsieur Hamel, looks at him kindly and softly tells him to take his seat. As Franz sits down, he notices 3 bizarre things. First, Monsieur Hamel is wearing his beautiful green coat, frilled shirt, and embroidered black silk cap, clothes he only ever wears on inspection and prize days. Second, the schoolroom feels unnaturally solemn. And third, the back benches, which are usually empty, are filled with the elderly village people sitting quietly and looking incredibly sad. Old Hauser is there, holding a worn-out children's primer. Monsieur Hamel mounts his chair and speaks in a grave, gentle tone. "My children, this is the last lesson I shall give you. The order has come from Berlin to teach only German in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. This is your last French lesson."
My children, hear me. This is the last French lesson I shall give you. The order has come from Berlin.
For little Franz, these words are a thunderclap. Suddenly, everything makes sense. The bulletin board, the Sunday clothes, the crying villagers at the back of the room. Franz is hit by a massive wave of guilt. He barely knows how to write. His heavy, annoying books, which felt like a nuisance just a moment ago, suddenly feel like old friends he cannot bear to lose. He even forgets how cranky his teacher is. When Franz fumbles his lesson, Monsieur Hamel doesn't scold him. He says this is the great tragedy of their people. They always put off learning until tomorrow, thinking they have plenty of time. And now, the conquerors have the right to ask, how can you call yourselves Frenchmen if you can neither speak nor write your own language? Then Monsieur Hamel delivers the most unforgettable message of the story. He calls the French language the most beautiful, clearest, and most logical language in the world.
Mes enfants, le français est la plus belle langue du monde, la plus claire, la plus logique. Il faut la garder entre nous et ne jamais l'oublier, car quand un peuple est asservi, tant qu'il tient ferme sa langue.
He tells them they must guard it among themselves and never forget it. Because, he says, when a people are enslaved, as long as they hold fast to their language, It is as if they had the key to their prison. The class begins writing. The only sound in the room is the scratching of pens over paper. Up on the roof, the pigeons coo very low. Hearing them, Franz looks up and thinks a profound thought. Will they make them sing in German, even the pigeons? It's a brilliant realization of how unnatural it is to force a culture onto a people. The church clock strikes 12. At that exact moment, the trumpets of the returning Prussian soldiers echo under the school windows. Monsieur Hamel stands up, pale and shaking. He tries to speak. "My friends," he says, I... But his voice chokes. He cannot go on. He turns to the blackboard, picks up a piece of chalk, and with all his remaining strength, writes as large as he can, "Vive la France! Long live France!" He leans his head against the wall, and without a word, gestures with his hand. "School is dismissed. You may go." And just like that, the identity of an entire town is locked away. A powerful reminder to all of us to never take our education, our freedom, or our voices for granted. If you found this breakdown helpful for your exams, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. What would you do if your language was taken away tomorrow? See you in the next lesson.